What else did I have to talk about? I had a couple things. Fallout got renewed for season 3. That's pretty cool, even though season 2 didn't come out. I'm not even gonna pull up the image right now. I did want to talk a little bit about this Diddy trial, but then I don't know. Let's see how I feel because I might not talk about it too much because um, as I was writing this, new stuff happened. So let me just do this, right? Let me just do this a little bit and let's see how it goes. Let's see how it feels, right? Let's see how it feels. Matter of fact, I'm gonna move me. Let's drop the stage. And let's do this a little bit differently. Y'all feeling this? So, what do y'all know about P. Diddy, Sean Puffy Combs, Puff Daddy, Brother Love? What do y'all know about this man known as Puffy? No. Anything? Anything at all? Let me tell y'all what I know about Puffy. Let me tell y'all what I know about Puffy. And no, I'm not stalling for time again. With my slow speech that I learned from Vince to use when you need to buy some time because something. I know, my notes. Oh, why'd you do that? There we go. So, again, I just put together my loose notes on this. Forgive me, y'all. But Sean Diddy Combs, right? He's the mogul, he's the hit maker, he's the fashion icon, and now he's the primetime defendant in what's shaping up to be one of the wildest downfalls in hip-hop history. So tonight, I'm going to be talking to you through the rise, the fall, and full chaos behind Diddy trial, because trust me, the receipts are burning. So before the scandals, Diddy was the blueprint. Bad Boy Records gave us Biggie, it gave us Mace, it gave us Faith Evans, and it gave him himself dancing in every music video like his rent depended on it. He turned that shine into a billion-dollar empire. He had Ciroc, he had Sean John, Revolt TV. If it had a dollar sign, Diddy was cashing it, right? That was what he was doing. Enter Cassie Ventura, singer, model, muse. They met in the early 2000s when she signed with Bad Boy. What started as a mentorship turned into a public and private relationship that, according to lawsuits, was toxic, violent, and downright terrifying. In late 2023, Cassie filed a bombshell lawsuit under New York's Adult Survivors Act. And the lawsuit was accusing Diddy of rape, physical abuse, and forcing her into drugged up freak-offs with other men while he filmed it. The lawsuit was settled within 24 hours. No time. I've never in my life seen a lawsuit settled so quickly for $20 million, right? Word to the wise. You don't settle that fast if you feel like you're 100% innocent. You settle that fast if your PR team is sweating through their suits. Then the real gut punch hit. CNN obtained that 2016 hotel security footage showing Diddy assaulting Cassie, shoving, kicking, dragging her through a hallway. Footage that lined up exactly with her claims. At that point, public opinion wasn't just turning, it was spinning like a washing machine on demon mode. Then, federal agents raided Diddy's Los Angeles and Miami mansions in March 2024, linked to a larger investigation into alleged sex trafficking, racketeering, and obstruction of justice. Not maybe he had weed in the house raids, full-blown feds and tactical gear kicking in doors type raids, like everybody on the ground. Now, in May 2025, today, Diddy is on trial facing charges that could land him in prison for life. Cassie is a central witness, and she's describing years of abuse that even includes bribes, threats, and orchestrated blackmail setups. Other witnesses have stepped up too. And I've heard about other witnesses throughout the decades. It's not like people have never heard of P. Diddy being violent, right? We've heard about him going up into music execs' offices and beating them with their own phone while their own staff just let it go down and didn't call the police or security for a while. We've heard about him getting violent in nightclubs to the point that J-Lo got scared away and Shine went to jail, right? It's a painting of decades-long violence, manipulation, and fear. But this, he seemed like he was untouchable for decades. And in a swift moment, it feels like it's a stunning fall for a man who once remixed his entire life into success. Now, he might be facing a remix of a different kind, one with orange jumpsuits and a cot. We don't know yet. But it turns out when you dance with the devil too long, sometimes the music stops and the feds show up with a subpoena. I'm learning that today, new information has been coming out. Cassie has been taking the witness stand. She has been asked to give her testimony about some of the things that she lived through while with Mr. Combs, P. Diddy, Puffy, Sean Puffy Combs. And it's looking kind of weird because on one hand, we're getting all the information from her that we kind of expect. Hey, I was taken to these places and I was made to have sex with these dudes. Hey, I didn't want to do it and I was afraid of violence if I didn't go with it. Hey, I kind of was trying to protect other people because at this point, I'm in such a, state where I feel like if I do anything, it's going to have a negative repercussion that I just do with it. But Puffy's lawyers came prepared. Puffy's lawyers are showing up to the courthouse with text messages talking about Cassie saying, I can't wait for the freak off. I'm in love with this. I'm in love with you. Love, 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 love. This is great. I'm with it. I'm with it. I'm with it. Which is interesting to me because a lot of people are jumping to the conclusion that as of right now, it seems like Puffy's defense is doing a fantastic job because the burden of proof is now on his accusers to say, hey, prove to me that I'm sex trafficking. Sex trafficking is I'm taking this woman across state lines against her will to engage in sexual acts. But I have text messages that show she is complicit in all of these things. Now, things get more compelling because that might be the case. Maybe. I have no idea. I don't know Cassie as a woman. I don't know what she was with. She could be 100% telling the truth because Puffy is just potentially a really bad person. Or she could have been, or Puffy could have been telling the truth. And she was like, yo, no, actually, I asked her for permission and she was down. In fact, in some instances, she actually was asking for it to happen. So there's a lot of different ways that we can look at this and draw our conclusions. But here's the thing that interests me, and I haven't heard enough people bring it up. The testimony of the guy who said Puffy flew him in or brought him in to have sexual acts with Cassie. If he's hiring prostitutes and all that stuff, or if he's coordinating the movement of prostitutes across state lines, that might fall within the complaint by the district attorney. That might fall within the complaint of sex trafficking. The other thing is we've been watching the footage, the CNN footage. You guys have seen the CNN footage, right? It's Diddy, the towel footage, right? Him assaulting Cassie, abusive, People are wondering, how does this tie off to all those other footages and pictures of people we've seen him with over the years, including Justin Bieber and Usher? How does this all connect? The one thing that I think people are forgetting is that, yeah, the defense has something for this, but I want to know what their response is going to be when we see the other footage. Now, we all remember that Diddy's homes got raided and they found hours and hours of footage on his home surveillance and thousands of bottles of baby oil. Where is that footage? Because I can't help but believe that the prosecutors don't have an ace up their sleeve. Like, they had to have been prepared for proving the stuff with Cassie, and they had to have, in my mind, they had to have been prepared to have had additional evidence to bring into this case. Now, this is very, very, very early in this case. The prosecutors and the defense could just still be working on presenting their narrative in the order in which they wanted to present their narrative in order to get the verdict that they want. That's what lawyers do. They don't think short term, they think long term. This is just the early jabs. But we're in for a full on pound for pound 12-round bout. And I'm curious to see how all of this is going to shake out. Let me see what you guys are saying. Have you seen Clown in a Cornfield? Actually, I'm about to publish an interview with the Clown in a Cornfield guy. I didn't conduct the interview. This was actually conducted by my writer on the movie blog, Caillou Pettis. But yeah, we got something. We got something for you. Diddy is a wild man. It's not looking good. It's not looking good. It's not. He discovered Biggie. He did not discover Biggie. Fat Man Scoop discovered Biggie and brought him to Diddy. So he didn't discover Biggie, but he did sign Biggie. Just a little 90s history for you. Go watch the old Notorious movie with Gravy. The rapper Gravy plays Biggie. It was a really good movie. I like the Notorious movie. Diddy made a lot of money off it. But check out the Notorious movie. You'll see that how Biggie got discovered. Mr. Bad Boy is caught on camera kicking and dragging that poor girl like a punk. He deserves everything he gets. Bleep him. Yeah, and that's kind of what it seems like the prosecutors are trying to drive home, is that really this guy should, they're trying to maybe present the image of him doing one thing in order to get a guilty verdict on the other. That's possible. It's a jury. Who knows what may or may not influence them, but that definitely does give me the vibe of what they're going for. Michael Lamont says, I'll watch the movie in a few years. There will be a movie, and there's plenty of documentaries. TMZ has some of the best documentaries. I've been waiting out for a 50s documentary called Did He Do It? Because he hyped it up for a while, and he was like, it's going to come when it comes, and I just need to see it. I think Netflix bought it. I didn't see it yet. I heard that they did Big Papa's mom dirty with money he owed her through Biggie Smalls. Diddy is a lot of artists who worked under Biggie, under Puffy, have been complaining about money issues. A lot of, you don't really see any bad boy music artists doing well financially for themselves. Like, none of them are at the status that some other musicians were able to reach with similar record sales numbers, right? Like, Mace didn't seem as well off as other musicians he outsold. And it goes on and on. There's a lot of musicians. Faith Evans, maybe. Mary J. Blige never signed with him. Rick Ross never signed with him, but he let him manage his career. Nicki Minaj didn't sign with Bad Boy, but yeah, again, Puffy was her manager for a while. So yeah, that was the thing. That was the stuff. Some people who worked under him didn't make no money or signed to Bad Boy Records. Karma is hitting him hard. I guess it looks like it, but it's still very early. He's still a very powerful man, and he still has very influential, compelling lawyers. So we'll see what happens from here. What's Diddy's film going to be called? Diddy Do It. Diddy. Diddy Do It? Question mark. But yeah, take that. There you go. There's the name of it. Take that. Bad boy, baby. And we won't stop. Because we can't stop. Yo, the ad-libs used to go crazy. I ain't even front. Anyway, I think that's all I have for this one. I think we're almost up to our 2 hour mark. I touched on a lot of different topics. I gave you guys my Superman reaction, my Final Destination reviews. Some of you guys didn't like me going into the spoilers, so I noticed some of y'all left. The Final Destination review, Mission Impossible review, Riri Williams. We talked about a few different things. But I think that's all I have for this one. I'm going to be back for y'all in about a week. We're going to talk about the next episode of The Last of Us, Foundation. Foundation is coming. I can't wait to talk about Foundation. But if you guys are new here to the movie blog, The Correct Opinion, do me a favor, please. It still helps. Please, I'm begging you, please hit that like button on your way in, on your way out. Please hit that like button. If you're new here, please subscribe. Consider joining our memberships. Check out the merch in the store. Go get yourself a Where's Abby t-shirt, because that joint really does look fire. And I'll check you all. Oh, Murderbot. You caught me. I'm gonna have to talk about Murderbot. We could talk about Murderbot. I got things to say about Murderbot. But that's all I have for this one. I'm gonna check you all later. Peace, y'all.